All right, so today we're going to talk about a huge secret to success that honestly most of us completely miss. See, we're always looking up, right? We're searching for the results, for the proof. But what if I told you the real magic, the real growth, is happening somewhere you can't even see?
I mean, this quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? We're so used to that Amazon Prime 2-day shipping life. If something doesn't show up right away, we're convinced it's broken. Think about it. You start a new project, a new workout, whatever it is, and if you don't see progress in like a week, what's that little voice in your head say? Ugh, this isn't working. Time to quit.
So it really boils down to two ways of thinking, two mindsets. You've got the instant gratification camp, the one that's always demanding to see results now. And then you have something else, something way more powerful. It's called the bamboo principle. And it's all about trusting the process, trusting that growth is happening even when you can't see a single thing.
Okay, to really get what this means, we've got to dive into this amazing story from the one and only Zig Ziglar. It's a parable, right? A simple story about a Chinese bamboo tree. But trust me, inside this story is the key, the absolute key to understanding what real patience and persistence look like.
So the whole thing starts off super simple. A farmer plants a seed. That's it. But then the real work starts. Every single day, without fail, they have to water it, fertilize it, make sure it's okay. The jobs themselves aren't complicated, but the commitment? Oh, that has to be rock solid. Absolute.
And this is where the test comes in. It's a huge test of faith. Because after one full year of watering that seed every single day, what do you think happens? Nothing. Not a thing. Not one little sprout. Okay, how about year 2? Still nothing. Year 3? You guessed it, nothing. Year 4 goes by, and there is absolutely zero to show for all that work. Can you even imagine the doubt, the frustration? You'd be thinking, what am I even doing this for?
This is really the core of Ziglar's whole philosophy. He understood that this daily watering is just like motivation. It's not something you do once and you're good to go. It's a daily thing. He had this brilliant quote, "People often say that motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing. That's why we recommend it daily." It's perfect, right? You just have to keep showing up, day in and day out, especially when it feels like nothing is happening. But then, in year 5, everything changes. Something that looks like a miracle happens. The bamboo doesn't just, peek out of the ground. No, it explodes from the soil. And get this, in just 6 weeks, it shoots up into the sky, reaching an insane 90 feet tall. So that brings us to the big question, the whole point of this story. Did that bamboo tree grow 90 feet in just 6 weeks, or did it take 5 years? And the answer, of course, is that it took 5 full years. Those first 4 years weren't a waste of time at all. They weren't fruitless. All that time, all that watering, it was building this massive, complex root system underground, the foundation that had to be there for that explosion of growth.
And here's the thing, this is way more than just a nice story. This idea of putting in the work that nobody sees, of building that foundation, it's a timeless principle. It's a pattern you can find woven into some of the most profound and ancient wisdom texts out there. Take the biblical definition of faith, for example. It's defined as the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. I mean, that perfectly describes what our bamboo farmer was doing, right? Believing in something based on evidence you can't see. He had faith in those invisible roots. And in the same way, we have to have faith in our own invisible efforts.
And when you start looking for it, you see these parallels everywhere. It's actually kind of wild. Think about it. The farmer waiting 4 years with nothing to show for it? That's just like the fisherman in the book of Luke, working all night long and catching absolutely nothing. That massive, hidden root system, that's the same concept as sowing a seed in good soil in another parable. You have to prepare the ground for the harvest. It's all the same story, just told in different ways.
And there's this other really deep idea in there, that one sows and another reaps. What that really means is that our hard work adds up over time. It's cumulative. Sometimes the breakthrough we experience happens because someone before us already did the tough, unseen work. They built the root system, and we get to see the growth.
So, okay, what happens when the waiting is over? After all those years of building that foundation that nobody can see, well, you get the breakthrough. That's the moment. It's when all that potential, all that energy that's been stored up is finally let loose.
Just try to picture this in your head. After years of total silence underground, the bamboo doesn't just gently push its way out. No way. It shatters the surface. It literally rips through the soil like it's breaking out of chains. It's just unstoppable.
And we see this exact same pattern back in that fishing story. Remember? All night long, their effort got them 0, a big fat nothing. And then one simple instruction, one act of obedience, and the result isn't just good, it's overwhelming. It's so much that their nets literally start to break. From 0 to abundance, just like that.
And it doesn't just happen once. The pattern shows up again in the book of John. Same deal, a whole night of catching nothing, then another command. And this time, they haul in exactly 153 big fish. The number is so specific, right? It's not just a lot. It's 153. That detail is there to tell us that this breakthrough isn't an accident. It's the specific, intended result of sticking with it.
Okay, so a bamboo tree, some ancient fishermen. What in the world does any of this have to do with you and your life right now? The answer is everything. Absolutely everything. Because this isn't just a story you're supposed to listen to. It's a blueprint. It's a pattern for you to live by. It's time to make this your story. I want you to completely reframe how you see this. Listen, you are the bamboo tree. You are. And all that stuff you do that nobody sees, the late nights you spend studying, the early mornings you drag yourself to the gym, that tough conversation you knew you had to have, all of it. That is you building your root system. That's your foundation. Now we can actually take this whole thing to another level. There's this incredible idea from a philosopher named Neville Goddard. He basically said, look, don't just water the ground hoping a tree will grow. No, water the ground with the absolute, unshakable belief that the 90-foot tree is already standing there. You act as if it's already done. You live from the end result, not just work towards it. So when you put it all together, you get this incredible 3-part formula for an unstoppable life. You start with Zig Ziglar's daily discipline, just doing the work. You add in the Bible's promise of divine timing, trusting that the breakthrough is coming. And then you pour rocket fuel on the whole thing with Neville's idea of end-state faith, living and feeling as if your goal is already a done deal. And let's be real about what this looks like day to day. It's not glamorous, it's not exciting most of the time. It's the quiet nights when you choose to study instead of going out. It's that daily grind at the gym when nobody's there to cheer you on. It's practicing that skill over and over, even when it feels like you're not getting any better. It's the hard, frustrating work of changing your habits. That, all of that, is you watering your bamboo.
So I'm going to leave you with this one question. I want you to really think about it. What unseen roots are you feeding today? Seriously, what's the work you're putting in that no one else sees? I want you to acknowledge that, honor it, because that's not a sign that you're stuck. It's not stagnation. That is you building the deep, powerful foundation for your own incredible, unstoppable breakthrough. And it is coming.